Ed Gein, the man whose crimes inspired some of horror's most infamous villains, was never executed. Despite murdering 2 women and digging up countless graves, the courts ruled him legally insane. Instead of a death sentence, he spent the rest of his life in mental institutions, first at the Central State Hospital for the Criminally Insane in Waupun, Wisconsin, and later at the Mendota Mental Health Institute. By the summer of 1984, Gein's health had collapsed. He was taken to St. Mary's Hospital after struggling to breathe and losing weight rapidly. Doctors found lung cancer that had spread too far to treat. For weeks, he drifted between sedation and brief moments of awareness. Nurses recalled him as polite but distant, a man who barely spoke, answering only in short whispers. On July 26, 1984, Ed Gein died from respiratory failure caused by cancer. He was 77 years old. In the end, he went into the ground the normal way, buried beside his mother in Plainfield Cemetery. Over the years, fans and vandals targeted his grave so often that the marker was finally removed for good. John Wayne Gacy's execution didn't unfold smoothly. A problem with the IV line turned what should have been a swift procedure into a drawn-out ordeal. Earlier that day, he'd prayed with a Catholic priest and chosen his final meal: a bucket of KFC chicken, fries, fried shrimp, strawberries, and, notably, a Diet Coke. Not regular Coke. Even on death row, he wasn't ready to risk the sugar. Outside, hundreds gathered to cheer the end of the man responsible for killing 33 young men and boys. Just past midnight, Gacy was led into the death chamber and secured to the gurney. Calm and smirking, he exchanged jokes with the guards. His last words, according to reports, "Kiss my ass." 2 IV lines were inserted to administer the lethal drugs, but before the chemicals could flow, one tube jammed. The team scrambled for nearly 15 minutes, fumbling to fix the problem as Gacy lay conscious and restrained. Witnesses later described the atmosphere as uneasy, a grim mix of tension and incompetence, some comparing it to a clumsy medical experiment. Once the blockage was cleared, the injection resumed. Gacy closed his eyes and fell silent. At 12:58 a.m., he was declared dead at age 52. His brain was removed for study afterward. Researchers found nothing remarkable. Jeffrey Dahmer didn't die by execution. His end came from within the very prison meant to contain him. By 1994, Dahmer was serving 16 life sentences at the Columbia Correctional Institution in Wisconsin for murdering 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991. Inside, he mostly kept to himself, though he was known to make chilling jokes about his crimes, jokes that didn't sit well with other inmates. On the morning of November 28, 1994, Dahmer was assigned to clean a prison gym bathroom alongside 2 other prisoners, Christopher Scarver and Jesse Anderson. For about 10 minutes, the trio worked unsupervised. When guards returned, they found a scene of chaos. Dahmer on the floor with catastrophic head injuries, Anderson barely clinging to life. Scarver later confessed he'd used a metal bar taken from exercise equipment, claiming God had told him to do it. Dahmer was rushed to a nearby hospital but died within the hour. The cause? Blunt force trauma. He was just 34. His body was cremated as he'd requested. His brain, initially saved for research, was later destroyed after his parents could not agree on what to do with it.